During the lockdown, if you are not able to upgrade your knowledge, if you're not able to learn any new skill for yourself, and if you're not able to improve your health and your fitness, that means that you never needed time for yourself. You always needed a discipline. So today, I'm here to help all of you so that you can better utilize your lockdown time to the best possible manner. So let's learn a new thing today. I'll be just giving you certain inputs which is related to your first impression. I hope everyone will agree with me that I think since childhood we have been studying, learning this, that first impression is the last impression, right? But here I little bit disagree with this statement, because a first impression can be a fake impression at times. Because if you're appearing for an interview, if you're going for your first date, or maybe you are going to crack a sales deal, you're meeting a company, some executive, some managing director or CEO, and you are actually presenting yourself for the very first time, you or anyone else can actually give a very first impression on the very first day, because you'll be more conscious, you'll be more alert, and you will always try to deck up yourself very nicely. You'll be able to present yourself to the best possible manner. You'll be able to talk very confidently in front of them. So friends, the first impression is not always the best impression or the last impression. The better thing is the other thing which I was actually talking about is that the first impression is not the last impression, but the lasting impression which you actually leave on the other person is the last impression on that person. Now, how it is different from the first impression? Let's understand that. You know what happens when you meet somebody for the very first time? That's your first impression, right? We all know about it. But when the way you behave with that person, your attitude, your communication skills, the way you talk, the way you present yourself, right? The way you have actually tried to convince that person, to motivate that person, to actually make him or her understand that this is one person with whom I would love to talk, right? So that is the kind of using your emotional intelligence. Yeah. So just having some knowledge about a subject is not sufficient. How you have to utilize that knowledge is more important. So in your first meeting, whether it is your first meeting, second meeting, or third meeting, whenever you are going to meet somebody, whenever you are approaching, maybe you are going for a personal meeting, maybe a professional meeting, your first impression carries a lot of things. Yeah. So with emotional intelligence, you should know that you are meeting with whom. You have to do a little homework before that, before going. If in case you are going for a date, then you should know that what kind of person the other person is, and if in case it is a blind date, then also you have to be very, very intelligent enough to understand where to switch off and where to switch on, where you have to use the humor, where you have to use the presence of mind, and how you have to actually handle the situation if in case there is a conflict between the two. On the other hand, if in case you are going for a professional meeting, then it is always better to do your homework before you go, right? And how you can do the homework? You just have to do some R&D, some research on the company, the background, their history, the background and qualification of the person, the promoter, or maybe anyone whomsoever you are going and meeting. So this helps a lot. Doing a little bit research always helps, so that you can leave your lasting impression on that person and not just the first impression. Okay, so I'll just help you in a few more things here. Whenever you speak to somebody, okay, now before that, I would like to tell you that communication skills is the most important trait of any personality of a person. Why it is so? Because it contributes a lot to your persona, to your complete persona of your professional life as well as your personal life. And communication skills, there was a research done on communication skills wherein it was actually found that it is divided into three parts. So majorly, if you just see, there are four ways of communication, right? The first one is, which is a very very popularly used, that is a verbal communication. Now verbal communication can be face to face, it can be over a telephone. Okay, so verbal communication basically requires words, language. Okay, you should have some knowledge about a particular language so that you can talk to the other person, right? Then comes your written communication, the second way of communicating. Written communication can be emails, letters, text messages, social media conversations, and even the applications, drafts, memos. So many types of written communication is there, right? Then comes your non-verbal communication. Now non-verbal communication is the most important way of communicating. When I say non-verbal communication, it means the gestures, the facial expressions, the way you actually present, the way your facial expressions are there, the way you actually use your hands for the gestures, the way I am actually doing right now, the way you stand, your body posture. Okay, everything contributes in communication skills. I will not go into depth of body language, but I will just tell you the fourth way, okay, of communication, which is a paraverbal communication. Now what is paraverbal communication? It is slightly different from the verbal communication. In verbal communication you use words, but in paraverbal communication you are actually using the tone, the pitch, the way of expression, the way you express those words, how you actually present it, the way you have actually spoken those words. So the pitch and the tone contributes to the paraverbal communication. So these are four different ways of communicating, right? Now this is very wonderful, but we were talking about the first impression, which is very important. Now during our first impression, we have to actually take care of a lot of things, because when we are talking to somebody, probably even over the telephone, not even face to face, when we are talking to somebody, most of the people, like majority of the people, would be actually analyzing us. They start analyzing that person, what exactly this person is all about. They actually scan your personality, the entire personality. Now what all attributes one actually observes while talking to you, or maybe while listening to you. Okay, so the first one is the speech clarity. The speech clarity, the first and foremost. Okay, how you have actually narrated those words, the presentation skills, right? Second is, whenever you talk to somebody, the very first message the other person gets from you is like whether this person is a positive person or a negative person. One can very easily make out from your first conversation with that person whether you are a positive person or a negative person. So this is another thing which they look into it. The third thing which they actually find out is your background, okay, your knowledge. What is your background? Whether you are a qualified person, a professional person, or you are a literate person or an illiterate person. So your background and your knowledge is also exhibited while you are communicating with somebody. Yeah. So please be very careful. Then also another thing which they can actually gauge or find out from your first impression is your culture, your upbringing. Okay. If you are well mannered, well cultured, you will be definitely be more polite with the other person. You'll definitely, with your gestures, with your body language, you'll be definitely exhibiting some mannerism, yeah, etiquettes, some social etiquettes, which is very very important in today's time. Now what else one looks for it? Then another trait which is very very important is that how friendly you are, how approachable you are, whether you are a friendly person or you are a very very adamant or maybe snob or rude, whether you are a polite person. So these things also actually are easily gauged from very first meeting of a person. So why I'm telling you all these things? Because one has to be very, very careful, very alert while interacting with the other person, because you never know what impression you have left on that person. Even if you are using very sweet words, even if you are actually showing a lot of confidence in yourself, okay, that you know everything, I mean, while talking to the other person, still the other person will be very easily able to scan you. Your whole personality is in front of them, right? So friends, this was a small tip by me, so that you can actually prepare yourself for your future conversation, for your first impression, for your first meeting, whether it is a personal meeting or it is a professional meeting. So be ready, work on yourself, work on your skill sets, and your even one thing I left, which was your dressing sense. That is also very important. It all depends upon, you should always be dressing to the occasion. So you should be intelligent enough to know, okay, for which occasion, what kind of dress you should be wearing. So be very particular, very, very, proactive in this thing, and be careful that whenever you are going for any special occasion, any special invite, or any special meeting, please take care of all these things, attributes which I have just shared with you. And till then, I'll be coming with another knowledge tip for all of you, which will be very useful for your day-to-day life and your professional life. So till then, please take good care of yourself, be at home, be safe, and have a nice day. Thank you so much.